Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Megan Fox, a national journalist.
Mastodon. I will never be able to say that.
It feels like the Flintstones live there.
It does.
Well, don't trust women. I think you just touched on that with your last. That's what they brought. We're going to have to bring back chaperones.
Jesus, no.
Just careful. Stop! Break! Ooh. Hard right.
How did you screw up a stove, Megan? You're a woman. I thought that was baked into you, like at the genetic level, how to operate kitchen equipment.
And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you.
You get Dino hanging out outside chewing on a large bone. I highly recommend being targeted by the New York Times and Rolling Stone for weight loss. And I'd say, keep it coming. I need to lose 20 more. Please, keep it coming.
Explain to me, Megan, why did this country not have a holiday once a year? That's the time you vote. If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. You don't get another chance. You don't get, I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake, crawl there. But that's it. One day, 12 hours, and then you're done. And you count them that day, and that night you know who the hell won.
I will eat you alive. You want to tangle? You want to go?
The only thing going through my head is, what are you going to do when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother?
He made a deal with the devil. She's the devil.
He wants that.
Oh, God. Gross! Oh! All right. Penalty box for Slug. Yep.
Of a mile.
Are you ready to behave yourself now, Slug?
This frustrating rep.
Are you ready to behave yourself? Repossessed puppies? I'm hiding Pork Chop! Have you seen his little Pork Chop? Oh my God, Pork Chop is the cutest.
That sounds bad.
Have you seen it?
Pork. It's pork.
Though you may be tempted, do not contact any person or persons mentioned on this stream. Do not even think about contacting anyone who may be the topic of the daily news. If you should do that, the host will question your IQ, possibly call you names, and mock you for disobeying these basic rules of decency.
All the best.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the show. The Angry Swede has joined us today. Yay! And Nick Staros here, Mo in the Deep End, and Jennifer Williams with You Are the Power to do our presumed guilty Timms trial, day 22. Today's going to be a shorter day. We all have stuff to do, but there's a shorter testimony, so it actually works out. Tomorrow is up in the air for me, actually, because I have appointments I didn't remember. And it looks like we may have to finish up this trial when I get back from San Francisco. But that gives everybody enough time to get the river dancing in, right?
I love it. This is like an unexpected, like your math teacher is deathly ill with hantavirus. And you don't have to do your math homework. And for a child, I was always amazed with these miracles.
Yeah, and I'm going to be gone next week, out of town, covering the Laura Owens trial until, let's see, I think I get back on I may or may not even be streaming next Friday. We may actually get to push it off until the 27th. But what I figure will be really fun is that when we do the closing arguments and the verdict, the way we will end this trial is with the river dancing video on the day that we do the verdict. So that would be fun. That would be fun.
Which means I have limit because I can't do it this weekend because I'm a moron.
Okay.
Yeah, I was out in the barn. I was sorting things, and I had to. Well, I have this junior four-wheeler out there.
Okay.
and I
Uh-oh.
needed something behind it, and I didn't think, so I lifted it, and
Nick.
it crunch in my left shoulder.
No.
No.
So
How are you supposed to wield a sword or an axe if you're doing
well,
that?
I have one more arm.
Oh, that's true.
Luckily, the human body has spare parts. I have 2 at most. So I don't think that. But I mean, my left arm is pretty much immobilized, which
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Jingles here will find infuriating because I can't.
Have you gotten an X-ray?
Yeah.
Is it?
I've
is it
been
wrecked?
visiting Miss Viking in the ER, and she just looked at me walking through the sliding doors and oh no, what did you do now?
Not again.
Well,
Oh.
Megan, that might give some time for the juror. She was out of town all
yes.
this week and said that I think she liked the idea of if she can't come on because of the 8 to 5, like she works and she's also in school. She's a mom, she's
Right.
a wife. So I think that might give her more time to do like you said a pre-recorded.
Yeah,
That
and
would
we
be
could play it
awesome.
on the live stream. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you've all been reprieved. Your homework is not due currently. It is
Yes,
not
Good,
due.
because I'm
Denise,
still waiting for the
sells-
sticky bra thing to come in today.
Right, you're gonna need the
Denise
boombox.
Nick got scrounged.
You got squunched. Oh no. Oh, I better tell Flux right now. Flux, don't go river dancing with a cold.
No, there's no need.
No.
We aren't finishing this trial until the week of the 27th.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
27th. Okay.
Give-
Just have to
give
tell
this-
her so she doesn't go out today with a big stuffy nose trying to get it done.
Don't
Poor
do it.
thing. She's not going to be here today. She is in bed under strict orders by both her
Yes.
lesbian moms that we are not allowing her out of the house.
No.
No. Yeah, so poor thing. She was so sick yesterday. She was like under a little
bundled up.
blanket.
I know. I felt so bad. I was like,
know.
oh. And then I woke up this morning with a scratch in my throat, and I was like, how the hell did Flux get me sick? Totally forgetting that youngest, most feral is also sick, so that would be the most likely, infective vector.
But
I
no,
was like,
it's Flux's fault.
How did you do this?
But it's funny because we spend so much time together that it feels logical that it would be from Flux. I mean, you were on a live stream with her for like 3 hours.
Could be.
It could
Now,
be.
for people interested, I found a new trial that is very, very interesting. It's a Texas
too.
trial. 3 former law enforcement officers on trial for the killing of Melissa Perez.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah. So at least somewhere in the United
Officers
States,
getting it.
yeah. So at least somewhere in the United States, cops are held accountable when they screw up.
Wow.
And that's what
Yeah.
you need, by the way. That's what you need for good cops, because
Yeah.
if you let the bad ones proliferate, they ruin the good ones. Because the good ones feel like they can't do anything and they have to stand by and watch this happen, and that's not good for the culture in general. So no, it's great when cops are held accountable for the bad things they do. We need more of that.
Yeah.
Much more of that. Are you going to be? When does that start?
I do believe it starts today. In Texas.
Are you going to stream it?
Well, up until my try to lift things, I was planning on it, but I think because it's today, tomorrow. I think I'm going to start as soon as the swelling goes down and they can do an X-ray and everything.
Oh, good Lord. You couldn't even do an X-ray? That's how swollen it is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Nick, that's worse than I thought. No.
Fun times. Getting old is not fun. Things you could
it's
do
not for
10
the
years
weak.
ago.
Okay, but it didn't cross your brain to just push the ATV, not pick it all the way up like Hulk
Do you know
smash
how
grab?
large of a man he is? He's giant. He thinks he can lift things with one hand. I bet he's like, lifted a refrigerator with one hand
That is-
in the
that
past.
is probably true.
it's a junior 4-wheeler. I mean, it's not an adult thing. It's just I bought it by mistake because I didn't read the auction description.
Oh no! So it's like this big, huge man on a little big guy on a little RTV. Big guy on a.
It's the ATV Shriners.
I mean,
oh my god!
It's maybe 200 pounds or something like that, and
Okay.
of course, I just needed it out of the way.
Oh.
To be fair, I tried to help Miss.
Pathetic when you say that. I just needed it out of the way. Oh, Nick.
I mean, I lifted it there, so I should be able to
Fair
lift
point.
it out
It sounds
there.
like something
Well.
I would actually do, and then Mr. Mo would give me the look like, "Yeah, how'd that work out for you?"
It's merely 200 pounds. All right. I forgot to share this on local, so I better go do that before people scream at me. Also, we have the bingo card. We've only added one new bingo square, so I'm not going to go over all of them because there's just too many at this point. We've only added one more square, which is Mo makes Megan choke. Okay, because that keeps happening, and I feel like that's a good bingo square to have. So it is pinned to the top of the chat. Make sure you open your bingo cards, or 1, 2, 3, as many as you need to win. I always make sure that mine has cork on the fork because that's my favorite part.
I do like that the final square is something that could be both profitable on OnlyFans and YouTube. We are multi-marketing geniuses over here.
We really are. Yeah, it's true. All right, so you gotta get those on your screens and get ready to go. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in, and I do appreciate a medium wage. You know, I'm not asking for maximum wage, just something above minimum wage would be great. You know, medium wage.
Yeah,
and
I would like to make more than the people that ask me constantly if I would like cheese on my hamburger.
You know, they make quite a bit these days, so it's getting harder and harder to
really
beat minimum
messed up.
wage.
Like if YouTube doesn't work out, I always have the fry later.
You know, I feel like $15 an hour is just it used to be a lot. Now it's like, you know, it's minimum wage. It's unbelievable. Oh, I have good news. My streaming, my internet problems are going to be solved tomorrow.
Ooh.
I am finally leaving my abusive relationship with Spectrum.
Yeah.
I am
Yay.
leaving. They have done it to me one time too many. I am leaving. I've called Frontier. I'm getting fiber optic cable in this place. And apparently they have a service that gives you an automatic backup. If their service goes down, they immediately connect all your devices by generator to data somehow. I don't know how it works, but I'm like, that sounds better than what I have. Okay.
I heard you last night in your show talk about fiber optic.
That is awesome.
Oh, it was insane. It was insane what happened. My 2 weeks in a row on my show night, on Wednesday night, Spectrum goes down 20 minutes before my show and doesn't come back until after. That's they almost cost me $1,000 last night.
Yeah.
That's how much we raised for me to not show people Tori's tits. Oh,
so
you can
funny.
check off tit talk.
So funny.
That's how much people did not want to see that woman in a corset. And they almost cost me that money. And you know what they told me they said last night they were going to give me a whole $20 credit. This morning, whole $20. This morning, they sent me a text. Let me read it to you. This was the final straw. This was me breaking up with Spectrum. They said, no, that's Frontier. Where's Spectrum? They said, I woke up to a text that maybe I deleted it in a rage already. I woke up to a text, here it is, that said, thanks for your patience. You're not eligible for a credit as the outage was brief, power related, or scheduled. We're here if you have questions. So they took my $20 back. Yeah.
What?
Yes. And my daughter almost missed her Korean class 2 weeks in a row because she missed it last week. She only has it once a week on Wednesdays, and it's a 2-hour course from 8 to 10. It's a night class. I actually managed to get her down to the neighbor's house because they have Frontier and I have Spectrum. And then I called my neighbor. I'm like, I am desperate for internet. My daughter has to take her class. And they're so sweet. They're like, okay, yeah, she can come down, of course. So I'm like, pack your bag. You're going to the neighbors.
But you didn't want to bring all your stuff and host your show down there. That would be a little awkward.
That would have been hilarious. No, they would. I'm sure that would not have gone over well. But
Megan's just standing out there like Oliver Twist. Please, may I have some more bits? More bits.
And my God, you know what's hilarious too is that they are so kind. They even fed her pizza. I hadn't even fed her dinner yet. Dinner was still in the oven. So I was like, well, you can eat when you come back. It's a 2-hour class from 8 to 10. She gets down there and she's like, okay, all right. We get there. They have fresh pizza coming out of the oven. They're like, oh, are you hungry? I'm like, yeah, actually, she is hungry. I didn't feed her. Can you feed my child, please?
To those days, we look like amazing parents. Just know we do attempt to look functional at some times, just not at this particular time. And I do expect a parade if I ever have a full day of functional adult behavior.
Yep.
All right, I'm happy with an hour a day of adult behavior. I meet people all day long who either was screwed up, and rarely I can tell the difference from the get-go.
I will tell you what, you can now check off both Tit Talk and 15 minutes of obligatory bullshit because we are at 16 minutes. We're really killing it today. We're doing well, but that's okay. It's only a 20-minute
what did I miss yesterday, by the way?
Oh, what did you miss? Oh, you just missed Brassy Locks being Kahunti as usual. She was horrific. You didn't really miss anything. Their expert was amazing. I mean, what you missed was Catherine's Catherine's redirect of Dr. What's his name? La Posada. And basically, he just smacked down the prosecution's stupid theories, and all they could come up with. What was it that? Remember, we were dying laughing so hard because she was like, "But what about the laceration under the tongue and the scrape on the face?" And he was like, "Wait, what?
Is it the dot in the mouth?"
Yeah, he goes, "The dot under the tongue." Yeah, the lacerated frenulum. And of course, there was an objection because there is no lacerated frenulum, and no one took a picture of this alleged laceration on the frenulum.
Then she tried to claim that all the geneticists that the defense have brought in were big, giant nothing burgers because
a big nothing burger.
She used that word.
Yeah, again, just the condescension was great with that one.
When she said we wasted a month of this trial. Imagine everyone's head like, yes, we have wasted.
We have wasted a month of, yes, we have, because you wasted everyone's time.
I could bet money she actually wanted to become a doctor. She was pre-med, failed, and became pre-law.
That is possible because she sure acts like she's missing out on something.
Yeah. I mean,
she is.
I mean, there's a lot of bad lawyers out there who apparently made it through law school and became a prosecutor, I guess.
I guess. So that's really all you missed was just more Kahunti behavior.
Yeah, but that's her baseline.
That is her baseline.
Good morning, Ms. Wilson.
That's also true.
Could you please introduce yourself to the jury?
My name is Morgan Wilson, and I am a registered nurse, and I work in an ER, about 7 years of experience as an ER nurse.
Okay. And are you from here in Calhoun, Georgia?
Originally, yes. I have lived in the Ringgold area for the last 10 years.
Okay. And how do you know my client, Carrie Timms?
We met early 2000s when we went to church together as children.
Okay. And so did y'all kind of become friends right away?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any particular shared interests that brought y'all together?
No, we were just around the same age, and me and her sister got along well, and we just went to the same church and activities together.
Okay. And so, and y'all, do you still attend that same church?
I do not know.
Okay. Do you know if Carrie does?
That one I do not know either.
Okay. And so, how often would you say that you have seen her over the past few years?
Just occasionally, not much with COVID and everything that went on, seeing each other out. We talk quite often on the phone, though.
Okay. So would you consider her a close friend?
Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier that you are a registered nurse. Can you tell me when you got into healthcare?
So as soon as I graduated high school, I became a CNA, and in 2015, I started working at the ER until I graduated nursing school, where I continued to work in the ER.
Okay. And is that where you work now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so as a nurse, are you a mandated reporter?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you see any evidence of child abuse, you are legally required to report it?
Yes, ma'am.
So just to be clear, you wouldn't come in here and make excuses for a friend of yours?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So do you know, had you and Carrie talked about being moms growing up?
Possibly not that I can recall, because it's been so long, and I've got 3 kids myself, so my memory's not the best.
Okay. How old are your kids?
I have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 12-week-old.
Okay. And you were able to, I know the scheduling has been a little odd for this trial, but you were able to get childcare and come in this morning. Thank you.
Nick, the memers are already hard at work.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, JKD Buck, what would we do without you? I swear to God, this show is like 50% JKD, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
that is what was supposed to happen, but it crunch.
Oh no. Yeah, this is what Nick was going for, not what Nick ended up with. But yeah, that's just fantastic. Thank you, JKD. I love that.
Thank you very much for that. All right.
I should have dropped it when I heard the crunch.
Do you remember when Carrie got...
Did you lift with one arm or two?
No, man, I kept holding on to it because the crunch was on the way up. And then I still needed to haul it away. So
so you actually kept hauling it as the squunching was happening. You know what? We're gonna have to check off get squunched, because Nick got squunched. He got squunched. Yes, I don't have get squunched on mine. I have circle squunched. Dang it!
Me too. I only have circle
and people
squunch.
wonder why women live longer than men.
No, we don't. We don't wonder that. We know.
Oh,
we know. It's not a mystery at all. We've seen the men in our lives do stupid things. My husband finally has given up climbing on ladders after falling off 2 of them from like 20 feet in the air.
I don't have squunched on any of my bingo cards.
Oh, you need a new card. You need a new card. I need a new card. I don't like this card. I have to get a new one. I'll take care of that in a minute. I guess we can do panel cheats.
Pregnant with Jameson?
Yes.
Okay. So were you around her very much during that time?
Not too much. Like I said, COVID was going on. I believe I was about halfway through my pregnancy as well. I was a couple months behind her, and I did a lot of working and staying at home to try and prevent people from getting sick.
Okay. So that was an especially hard time for folks working in healthcare?
Yes.
Okay. But y'all were pregnant around the same.
Boy, she has really nice skin. That woman is not wearing a stitch of makeup, and her skin is flawless.
Doesn't she look a bit like Maya?
She does. She's very beautiful. I was going to say she looks Polish to me, and Maya was Polish too. She has an Eastern European look. She's very beautiful. She has beautiful skin. I don't know what I don't know what you're doing with your skin, Morgan, but it's working. It's beautiful.
Time?
Yes, she had Jameson a couple months before I had my daughter.
Okay. And now I know you mentioned a lot of working and staying home, but did y'all have the chance to visit in person during that time?
Not in person, but we did FaceTime.
Okay. So was that pretty common that y'all would FaceTime to?
Yeah,
to keep...
anytime she had questions about the baby or anything, we would talk about it and she would FaceTime me.
Okay. And because you had already had one of your children by then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you had a little bit more mom experience.
Yes, ma'am.
And so how would you characterize your friend Carrie's demeanor during that time, you know, while she was pregnant and as a brand new mom to Jameson?
Up until, you know, he started having his symptoms, she loved every bit of it, it seemed like. Very happy. I believe she had a rough pregnancy, and I had too, when we had talked about that, but she loved every minute. Had plenty of pictures of them, always seemed very, very loving and happy to be a mother.
Okay. And you mentioned she had a rough pregnancy. From your observations on your FaceTime calls, what did that entail?
Just not feeling well. I believe we both had some problems with, I may have had more severe hyperemesis, but I believe she was sick a good bit and didn't feel good, and everything was kind of, pregnancy's just rough all the way around.
Okay. And when you say hyperemesis, is that throwing up a lot?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you know if she was taking any medications for nausea or blood pressure? And if you don't, you know, I'm not asking you to speculate.
That I do not know.
Okay. But that was something that y'all talked about?
Yes, I gave like kind of my view because I've had 3 hyperemesis pregnancies, so I kind of told what I had done and went through with the nausea and the vomiting.
Okay. Right. And so
Pause it, Megan.
after Jameson was born, and
everybody better be sending their mom flowers, because this is what moms do. They have like severe, like, you know, what is it, poltergeist level, like projectile, or was it exorcist?
Yes. God, it's awful.
And she did it 3 times. She knew going in the other subsequent 2 times.
My first kid, I was sick for a solid 6 months. Everybody said it gets better after 3 or whatever. I was puking everything up for 6 months. And I worked in the meat district at the time in Chicago.
No.
I had to walk past the slaughterhouses with hanging carcasses. The smell would drive me into the gutter every day. And I had to get up and go every day. The only thing I could eat was watermelon because it tasted good on the way back up. Everything else, it was gross. And watermelon was the only thing that actually didn't hurt coming and also tasted the same. That's a good tip for all of you out there who are pregnant and throwing up. Watermelon will save you. It will hydrate you. And it also it doesn't hurt coming back up. That's the good news. But my God, yes, when you're sick like that with those pregnancy hormones, that HCG, that makes you so sick. Yes. And especially, I think they say the healthier the pregnancy you have, sometimes the sicker you are because those HCG levels are high.
Yes.
And it was, ooh, baby. I was sick as hell. And I did it 2 more times after that, too. I wasn't as sick with the other 2. Thank God. I don't know why it was different.
I just got change of plans. I will not be covering that trial because KSAT out of Texas is the ones who are streaming from the courthouse. So I know they are very, very trigger happy with the copyright claims. So
they can't do that.
I sent off a request. And you do not have permission to use any of KSAT's video feed of this trial or any video that is copyright of KSAT News.
Wow. I don't know how they are allowed to do that. I really don't. It is when you are the trial, when you carry the trial, you get the camera, you have to share. That's the point. You have to share. The pool camera has to share with other news agencies. And you know what you should do, Nick? Apply to the court. If you apply to the court for media coverage, just say you want to film it, they will send you to the pool people, and they will be required to give it to you.
Yeah, I guess I have to.
Do that. Apply to the court, because that's ridiculous. They cannot say that people cannot use their court coverage. It is a pool camera, which means public.
I thought that it was inherent that these were all pool cameras. Yes, you get the sort of, dibs on it, but
that's how it's done.
They are. They're pool cameras. There may be like you know what you should do? Do you know Recovery Addict? Do you know Scott?
Not personally.
All right. I'll send him a message about it because I bet he'll have a way to get around it. He knows these things because he does it. So that's a good idea, JKD. Do it on Rumble. No one will care over there.
6 people who watches me on Rumble.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I wish people would get on Rumble more.
Yeah. I mean, the days I'm really sick of StreamYard, I go on Rumble Studio. And Rumble Studio is actually getting better.
Is it getting better? I haven't tried it in a while.
Yeah.
But I may start trying it again because StreamYard is really killing me with how much money that they charge.
Yeah,
it's insane.
That is true.
I had to go down a level and I'm paying more than I was for the higher level when they doubled their prices.
I just told them I was going to cancel my entire membership and they gave me at prorated for a couple months and then I keep saying I'm going to cancel.
Oh, does that work? I may try that.
Well, I don't know about the subsequents. I'm getting close to it, being the end of those promotional 4 months, but then I'll just, say I can go to Rumble and do the same thing.
Okay. All right, my daughter's texting me. I have to figure out what this is about. Oops, that's the wrong one. No. Megan hits the wrong button. Check it off on the bingo card.
In October, you had a fairly new baby yourself at the time.
I was still a couple months behind her. I had her in January.
You were behind her,
Yeah.
sorry. Now, did you ever have occasion to see her husband, Brady Timms, while y'all were FaceTiming?
He was on the day that she called me whenever she was worried about Jameson. He was on the phone.
Okay. So let's talk about this day that she called you with. Can you tell us what happened when she called you with some specific concerns about Jameson?
Yeah, so we FaceTime and she was very upset. There was some spots. It kind of looked like bruising, but really not. It reminded me more of a vitamin deficiency or possibly even like a leukemia type thing.
Oh, really?
And she kind of explained that they kind of popped up out of nowhere and she was very concerned and she showed me him kind of head to toe. And I looked and I asked her some, basic questions. And at that point, I kind of told her, worst case scenario, it could be something as serious as cancer. It seemed maybe more like a vitamin deficiency or like some kind of bleeding disorder. But I did recommend her take him to the hospital to get seen if she couldn't get in with her pediatrician quickly.
Okay. Do you remember about when this FaceTime call was?
I want to say it was in the afternoon. I can't quite remember. It was in November, but I don't remember the exact date or time.
Okay. So it was November 2021?
Mm-hmm.
And how would you describe Carrie's demeanor during this call when she's calling you to get your opinion on what's going on with her baby?
She was very upset, very, very concerned, very receptive to hearing what I had to say and took it very seriously and talked to me about, all the possibilities. And while she was upset, she comprehended she needed to treat him as quick as possible.
What's interesting about this and the way that I think this plays to a jury, and at least it would to me, is that here's proof that Carrie went immediately to someone she knows with a medical background because she had these concerns, and someone unconnected with her didn't say, I think this looks like abuse. She said, I think this looks like a vitamin deficiency or maybe cancer, but it's serious. You should get him in. That's huge. That's huge because that's evidence that somebody else saw this and did not see abuse. Right. And what's amazing to me? Give this woman a raise. She's an RN and she called it some kind of either a vitamin deficiency, maybe a bleeding disorder. I mean, they definitely, these were the things that the experts narrowed it down to, connective tissue disorder, something along those lines. Unbelievable. This woman deserves a raise.
It's sad because here in a minute, she's going to kind of go over some of the concerns about this. And that to me was so sad sitting in the courthouse, hearing this woman, she warns Carrie, hey, you might get questioned by the doctors about possible abuse. And Carrie telling me before or after this is she didn't care. She knew that they were innocent. It's like, that's not something I'm going to think about right now. I'm only concerned about my child's health. So it's really sad to me that she even brings that up.
Yeah, we have a super tip here too that came in from Vice Baby. It's not playing. Why isn't it playing? Oh no. Hold on. Why didn't it play?
Spectrum is getting back to you in your final days.
Wait, let me make sure my settings are right. Did I have the right audio on? Yeah, I do. Why didn't it play? Let's try it again. Nothing. All right, well, it was Vice Baby, and he said Nick doesn't ride the ATV. The ATV rides Nick.
What?
The ATV rides
Ain't
Nick.
nothing gonna ride this bad boy. No. I've been to Texas twice. I know this shit. No.
And Wife Duck sent 2 and said, pretty sure you made maximum wage last night. I did. That's true. Nobody wanted to see Tori in a corset. Everyone was willing to pay me big buco bucks to make sure that did not happen.
That reminds me, I have to threaten people with Nancy Grace more often. People always hate to not see Nancy Grace.
You have to find out where your chat... You have to find out where your chat hurts, and then you have to twist it a little, And then if you hurt them enough, they're willing to pay to make it stop. That's what I've learned, That's what I've learned in the grifting business.
Okay, and now has Carrie always? I guess how would you describe Carrie's general manner, even when she wasn't on this FaceTime call? Like, is she a more anxious person? Is she, somebody who's very detail oriented? How would you describe her?
I wouldn't say she was too overly anxious. I struggle with anxiety myself. I feel like it's pretty baseline with children and being a first-time mom. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Nothing ever seemed out of the ordinary before she had her son. Maybe just a little anxiety here and there, but nothing that I would think was like crazy or worrisome. She doesn't focus on herself. If I ever called her, even while she was in a crisis for herself, she would still, be able to prioritize other people in other situations.
Okay. And so, you did tell her then this actually does look serious. This is not just a new mom being anxious.
Correct.
Okay. And you said, did you see Brady Timms on that call as well?
Oh yeah, he was in the background while I was on the phone with her.
Okay. And how did his demeanor seem, if you could tell from the
I
video
didn't see
call?
too much, but he looked like he was pretty worried, stressed out.
And so the advice that you gave to Carrie was?
If she could get in to see her pediatrician, sometimes they can't see you for a couple of days. If she could get into him immediately, I'd go see them. If not, go to the hospital. And I believe I recommended either T.C. Thompson's or CHOA.
Okay. And so do you know if she ended up taking her child in?
She did. I believe it was to CHOA. I can't quite recall, but she did tell me that she took him in. And we kind of went over some of the results over the next couple of days. And I kind of explained the lab work and stuff to her in layman's term.
Okay. And did she have her binder of medical information yet?
Yeah, she had started compiling her paperwork and keeping it in a small binder at the time.
Okay. And was there anything that you observed about her demeanor after that visit to the hospital that changed or was different about the way she was interacting with Jameson?
No, absolutely not. And before she went to the hospital, I did inform her, that the CPS case was a possibility. And, I told her personally, if she was my patient, I would not report it. But I can't testify to the way other people report things. And I made her very clear it was a very good possibility. She absolutely did not care. She wanted to make sure he was okay. So she was aware of the potentials going in.
God, that makes me so mad.
It's so wrong. It's so infuriating to me that a nurse who works there for this many years knows that this is a possibility.
She knows that that's going to happen.
Yeah,
she knows. And what's really sick is that she's like, well, I wouldn't report it this way, but there are people who will.
Yes.
That should not be. They need more standards. They need an actual standard of care where everyone is reporting things in a consistent way or not reporting that. You know what I mean? This is why they need to take more time to get to the bottom of these possible medical issues before claiming that it's abuse.
Yes.
It's a fundamentally flawed way to, because what they think is if it looks like abuse, it is totally abuse in order to cast a wide net. When what you should be doing is treating each case individually as an individual case, not
you have to remove these incentives. Like that for me is the number one reason. I don't know that any of the families we support have had one doctor genuinely being concerned for these children. There may be nurses out there who see something and are unsure, but all of the families we support, they go after this so freaking hardcore that there's no way they're concerned about the baby, because they're removing kids before blood work is even done.
Yeah,
they don't care about these markings. Maggie,
Choa decided that there was abuse before he even got to the hospital.
Before he even arrived.
Before anybody laid eyes on him, they decided already what it was.
So did Calhoun Police Department.
Hell, Jody hasn't even finished reading the report yet.
Yeah, still working on
Jody
that.
is never going to finish reading that report, Mo. Never.
I'm going to have to read it
so
to
it's
him
a serious
on
problem.
Audible.
This is not like nurses and doctors who care about babies and families and are just genuinely concerned. Although I do think that happens. But the majority of these cases that get this far, it's not from concerned healthcare professionals. It's for people filling their pockets. 100%.
And think about this. You're a new mom and your pediatrician, that, Kaheffer, you get in, you're able to get like one of those stat appointments and you're like, look, I talked to my medical friend. She said, I know she's not a doctor. I know you're a doctor, but I'm really worried. This is my first time. You kind of sent me home with this live human being. And all she wanted was, some attention, some care. And I would be just like Carrie. Like, I'm going in there. I've never done anything to my kid. Please help my kid. And in the guise of helping her kid, they, emotionally destroyed a tiny infant to the point that his blood pressure never went down in the hospital because he missed his mom. I mean, there has to be a smarter way. We could make this fit for purpose, but that's like relying on a federal agency to grade itself. Mm-hmm. So
I helped somebody on the side unofficially that I've actually been chatting with all morning. And they went to a hospital. It's been over a year. The first hospital they went to was a smaller one. And they said that this baby has a blood disorder. Similar markings to Emma Hernandez, same area. And they said, but unfortunately, we can't do anything for your 6-week-old baby. Sent them to Choa with the diagnosis from this first hospital that this is a blood disorder. We just can't handle it. Choa Cap got involved, Verena Brown got involved, and no, this is child abuse.
God. Oh my God.
So it doesn't even matter. So you have good doctors and nurses, and they almost don't matter. It's irrelevant when you get one of these child abuse pediatricians involved. They will crush everyone else's diagnosis.
They love doing that. The woman, Sally Smith, she has a button here. Sally Smith at J Hatch, when she got into Maya's record, she never even called her treating physicians. Right. She didn't care. She immediately called him a quack and wrote off everything that he had done and said. Yeah. She didn't review. She didn't care about the record.
Not being a specialist in that particular field. RSD or CRPS is a very specialized field, very small.
No, but she learned about it on Google.
Yeah, Googled it.
She Googled it and she YouTubed it. So, she's completely caught up.
Did she watch one of my streams? Or I explained life with CRPS.
Probably not. Probably not. No,
No.
if she had, she might have understood more. But whatever she did, she watched some 15-minute videos on YouTube and Google. And now she's an expert. She's more of an expert than the man who had been treating her and treating others with CRPS for a decade or two. Incredible. But these people have very, very big egos. I think that's one of the biggest problems with the child abuse pediatricians. I think they feel...
my gosh. They're all Stephen Mesners.
They're all Stephen Mesner. And I think that they feel like because they're inferior, I think they know they're inferior to other doctors and specialists, and they know that their specialty is bullshit. I really do. I think deep down they know it's bullshit.
Yes.
But so because of that, they have a giant chip on their shoulder, and they're going to show you what they can do.
Yes.
And what they can do is wield their power that they get lent to them through the state, which is another thing that should never happen.
It's also power and the veneer of benevolent goodness. These people aren't people that have genuinely contributed anything to their community. Most of them don't even have children, to have kind of a base understanding of what parents do. Mm-hmm. But they get the veneer of, being a public servant while taking, everything to the bank. Yeah. It's so corrupt. It's so circular logic that they use, and it does seem to attract the HOA Karens.
I think we can check off states doctors are paste eaters. I'm ready for it.
Sure.
I'm ready for. I don't have that one either.
I have that one on both. Yay! First one I have on both.
Oh, that's good. I don't have it on either. I don't have it, and I didn't bother to get myself another one, so. I guess I'm out of luck. All right, YouTube, come on.
Okay. And you bringing that up, that didn't seem to make her change her mind and say, oh, no, I don't want to bring him in?
Not at all. No,
Okay.
She wanted to make sure he got seen quickly.
And did you learn anything about any blood work being lost or any labs being missing from the...
I recall, I believe, some x-rays or something had been misread or not presented correctly. And some of the lab work, I believe, had been delayed to be demonstrated to her because she did try to update me and, ask questions as things went on. And I do remember there was some inconsistencies, it seemed like.
Okay. And do you remember her complaining to you about the cleanliness of the room they went to at Erlanger?
She sent me pictures. It was disgusting.
Okay. So you saw photographs that they had taken during their visit?
Yes.
And was it like mold and
it looked like it hadn't been cleaned, and it looked like it hadn't been updated in quite some time, and possibly not cleaned between the last patient.
Okay. And that would be a concern for anybody who's worried about immune stuff or anything with their kids. Okay.
Especially with a preemie.
All right. How about
COVID and RSD?
Did you talk to her
RSV?
before a visit to the pediatrician in January?
Sorry, I missed what you said, Mo.
So I said that it would be a big worry because I did have a preemie. Taking a child in during the height of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
During RSV season as well.
Right.
Which is incredibly, dangerous to premature babies.
Mm-hmm.
She probably got the NICU talk with, hey, this baby is much more fragile than normal babies. They can get RSV very quickly. So you have Carrie who's already worried about her child. I would raise, and usually I don't raise
photos
Cain.
are disgusting.
And then the hospital was
so
disgusting.
Gross. Erlanger, it was so disgusting.
Ugh. I want to see those photos. We should shame them.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
We need to shame them. Let's get those photos.
2022.
Yeah, I believe so. We talked multiple times before his visits.
Okay. Did she ever FaceTime you about any other concerns that she had about Jameson?
No, just the bruising. That one day was really the problems we had talked about.
Okay. And so did you physically see Jameson at all during this time of, November to January?
He had been on FaceTime, but I hadn't done a full head to toe assessment of him besides that first time.
And Did you see anything in your FaceTiming with Carrie and Jameson that concerned you about his physical condition?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Did he seem to be in distress or flinchy or?
Absolutely not.
From what you could observe of his interactions with his parents, was there anything that concerned you about a safety risk?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. And so, did you have any contact with Carrie and Brady during the time that they were visiting with Dr. Sarah Harbin-Pickett, the pediatrician, and taking Jameson down to CHOA?
Yes, the showing me the labs and what was being said, all that continued during that time.
Okay. So Carrie was pretty communicative with
Yes.
you? Did it ever seem like she was concealing anything or hiding anything or being dishonest with you?
Absolutely not.
And have you stayed in contact with Carrie over the past 3 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had any occasions to observe her interacting with her son, Jameson?
Unfortunately, I have not.
Okay. Now, do you have any concerns about the safety of Jameson Timms from his parents, Carrie and Brady?
Absolutely not. I would drop my kids off to them right now.
And you're aware of the allegations that are against them, that the reason that we're here in court today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Miss Fox, just be down.
Oh boy.
And is Carrie the kind of person who would make excuses if somebody else hurt her baby?
No, because we talked about the possibility of him being in the care of someone else or anybody else changing his diaper too roughly. Everything. We went over everything and there was no excuses.
Okay. Have you ever, we talked a little bit about the anxiety. Have you ever had any concerns that Carrie might have accidentally done something to hurt her baby or Brady?
No.
And in your work, have you seen cases of child abuse?
Yes, multiple times.
Okay. And sometimes they can be surprising, right?
Yes, sometimes, but there's typically a pretty consistent pattern of, how they act and present.
Okay. And what is that pattern that you have noticed?
Lying, things not matching, not consistent stories, multiple ER visits with, excuses that do not match the injuries at all, or, just avoiding until the child is so sick that they can't bring them in, avoid bringing them in.
And so I guess in your experience, people have come up with excuses.
Yes.
Like when they were asked what could have happened to cause these injuries, they would come up with something. Like,
yes, usually stuff that doesn't match, the injuries that you see.
Okay. Did you ever see or hear Carrie coming up with any excuses?
No.
Okay. Do you think Carrie Timms ever hurt her baby?
No.
Do you think Brady Timms ever hurt their baby?
No.
Okay. Do you have any doubt in your mind about that at all?
No.
Would you be here testifying on Carrie's behalf if you did?
No. If I would have thought there was abuse, I would have reported it the first day.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Wilson. I don't have any additional questions for you. The state may have a few for you.
Ms. Law, any questions of this witness?
Oh, here we go.
Good morning, Ms. Wilson.
It's not
Good morning.
the terrible one.
Oh, all right. At least we get a break from Brassy Locks because she's awful.
Yes.
All right. This one is Ms. Law. Her last name is Law. Right? Whitney Law.
Yep.
God, it sounds like she made that up like in central casting.
Or her voice is at least like you can tolerate it. Like listening to
Yeah.
Sharon, so painful.
Yeah.
So what specifically was it about what you saw and observed about Jameson in November that you thought would lead to a CPS report?
Well, I've seen where unexplained bruisings and things like that can get reported, even if there is, consistent stories with it. And I have seen a lot of providers to err on the side of caution and report it, even if they didn't truly think it was abuse versus, being 1,000% sure and reporting it. They like to err on the side of caution.
Okay. And so I know you've testified that you are a nurse in the ER, and so you have encountered people that you suspect to have committed child abuse?
Yes, I have made reports, both APS and CPS cases before.
Okay, do they always make excuses?
Most of the time, yes.
And so you said that you have spoken, I guess you know about the allegations in this case, right?
Yes.
Do you also know about the defenses in this case?
From what I've heard, nothing really sounds too convincing on my part, if that makes sense.
Wait, the defense, does she know what the question is?
I don't think so. Probably not.
Her whole story kind of, the allegations I've seen just aren't consistent with the things that I've seen.
Okay, but I guess my question is, have you brought up vitamin deficiency. Have you heard about that as a defense in this case?
No. Or are you talking about on her behalf?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe, possibly, I believe so. I can't recall what all they have brought up before.
Okay, but you have been told about some of those things that they've brought up?
Yes, Ehlers-Danlos and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. And so in your conversations with Carrie, did she, following, I guess, the birth of Jameson, did she talk to you about having symptoms of postpartum depression?
Not that I can recall. If she were depressed, it didn't seem very obvious.
Would it surprise you that she told medical professionals that she was having symptoms of that?
No, a lot of newborn mothers have it.
She also talked to you about Jameson being colicky?
She had talked about that before.
And so you have not heard all of the testimony in this case, correct?
No.
And you have not heard all of the facts in this case, right?
I have not heard anything inside this courtroom since the case has been going on.
Okay. And I guess you have not been with the defendants in this case. You weren't with them the entire time, day and night, from November.
No, she didn't
at
sleep
any
at
time,
their
I guess,
house.
really.
Yeah.
But
This is so
What the hell is
stupid.
this question?
It's so dumb. Like, so you weren't with them every second of every minute of every hour of every day,
Oh
correct?
God! So you
Like,
can't
lady.
know that they didn't squunch their baby because you
Grass-
weren't there watching them every second.
And I love the insinuation that she got into like a little huddle with the defense and like, I'm going to say vitamin deficiency just like you told me to.
I know. This
Instead
poor
of being
Morgan's like, no, I have no clue. Not talked to anybody.
like she hasn't been exposed to it, which Georgia seems to have a vitamin deficiency problem in that general region.
Yeah.
She would see it. I mean, again,
She's grasping at straws. Look at it. Look
Well,
at Whitney's face. Can you see it? She's like
Yeah.
smirking. She's like, so you haven't spent the night and you weren't there every minute of every day. So you can't say for sure they didn't do anything.
so pickle jar theory is still correct.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Okay,
No.
but specifically from November of 2021 through January of 2022.
No.
All right. I have just one moment. I'll pass the witness. Mr. Hood, any questions of this witness?
Judge, Ms. Bernard asked all the questions that I was going to ask, so no additional questions.
Thank you. Ms. Bernard, anything else of this witness?
And just very briefly, you mentioned that there was the possibility with the markings you saw of some kind of connective tissue disorder?
Yeah, multiple genetic diseases, vitamin deficiencies, and blood disorders came to mind whenever I saw him because it didn't look like trauma-induced bruising.
Catherine's looking at the jury again. Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you see that?
I love it.
Wait, you're gonna go back. Just a few. It's so funny. Watch her. And her little.
Vitamin deficiencies and blood disorders came to mind whenever I saw him because it didn't look like trauma-induced bruising.
Y'all catching that?
I don't have any further questions. Thank you for your time, Ms. Wilson.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. It's funny. I have a theory now about why they brought out Miss Law for this. I think maybe they
hates Fox.
I think they finally figured out that the jury hates her as much as we do. Yeah. Like we don't hate Whitney. We don't she's she hasn't been horrible. Right. But Fox on the other hand, she's got a punchable face. I'll tell you what. She's a punchable voice.
And listen, you should have heard because the jury selection was 4 days. Megan, if you could have heard how she would ask questions. We have another meme that Jonathan created because she would say things like, do you know Carrie Renee Timms? When I say, do you know, some people thinks that might mean like I go to their house, I have dinner with them. But sometimes to know someone is you just heard about them before.
Oh no.
Or you've
so
seen
she talks
them.
To the jury like they're 5.
And it was 4 days of just it was so irritating. She did all of that. To hear her voice it was awful.
Oh,
wow.
that is against the Geneva Convention. I
So
will not be talked
aggravating.
to like a dumb 5-year-old.
You would have been already in your notes. Like, she has stupid looking eyebrows. Yes.
Yes, I'd be like, must tell Megan what a cuntosaurus this woman is when I get home.
She would be
Remember
like, has anyone ever heard of You Are the Power? Anyone.
Oh, really? She asked that?
Yes. Parents Behind the Pinwheels. Like just every single little thing, every podcast we've been on. So infuriating.
Unreal. Did I come up? Did they ask if they knew me?
You definitely should.
Was I in the jury? Was I in the jury voir dire? I would have loved that.
You should.
Have you ever heard of Megan Fox? No, not that one.
Not the.
Everyone would be like, yes.
After
I saw Transformers twice
in the next voir dire.
Right, we will be in the next one.
Do you know a person claiming to be medium smart Megan Fox?
Well, they have these blue signs that they put up, like Justice for Jameson. They put those in, so she would even ask, has anyone seen the blue signs that read Justice for Jameson? It's just so pathetic. She was
that's risky, telling a jury that there are signs out there in the public that say justice for the little baby we're trying to take away from his parents.
Agreed.
That's risky. If I were her, I wouldn't dirty my jury pool by telling them that. Because you're just telling them, hey, there's these signs in public. Have you seen them? Justice for our victim. Have you that plants it in their minds, and then you put them on the jury and they're like, wow, the public really hates this case.
Because you're going to see it. It's a small town. So after you buy a car, you see that car everywhere. Right?
Everywhere.
So after there's that. Yep. They saw it everywhere they went.
Everywhere
there's
after
one
that.
Of those signs.
There's one of those signs. Oh, there really are a lot of those signs. Gee, the public kind of hates this case, don't they? Boy, that was stupid of her to have said that to them. Really stupid.
Absolutely. And because then everyone who didn't get chosen probably went online and looked up all the things she asked them about.
Right. They went up and looked.
I would have.
I would have too. Oh my God. All right. Well, that's it. We have a nice tight little show tonight, much like Laura Owens. I can't believe I just said that. 1 hour and 3 minutes. Nobody got any bingo. It was a short one. That's what she said. We are going to be back maybe tomorrow, but I am actually, you know what? I'm just calling it right now. We are not going to be back tomorrow. I have too much to do. I'm getting ready for San Fran trip. And I have appointments tomorrow. I'm getting a massage before I go on the airplane, which is a very big deal. I need to do that. So I don't want to be late for that. So we're going to call it no trial stream tomorrow. When I get back from San Fran after covering the Laura Owens trial with Mike Maricini, we will be picking this back up to do closing arguments and verdict and river dance. So you guys have until the 20s. Well, you have until to get me the video. I need the video at least the weekend before the 27th. So I can do the editing.
That's right.
All right. All right. Well, that's it for us today. Nick, are you still fighting with that news organization?
Well, I haven't gotten a reply, so I am making a request to the court. I found the
you
email
should.
to both the court reporter, court coordinator, and the reporters. Court reporter and court coordinator. So I'm emailing both of them.
Because what they will do most likely is say, yes, we've provided access to the pool camera and connect you with them. And then you can just show them that and just be like, yeah, you have to give it to me.
So sorry for not talking too much in this stream, but
he's angry.
I mean,
angry Swede. Angry Swede. Do I have angry?
Yeah,
I don't have that either.
I think, KSAT has, we have covered the same trial before. They copyright claim me. I send you TODs. It is public record. Remove this claim. And then a few days later, they remove the claim. So,
so
it's
they
stupid.
have to. They're telling you can't is really stupid. All right. We do have a super tip, I think, to get to here. Let me see where it is. I hope it works. I don't think it's going to work. Something's going on with my super tips today, but it's $5 from Tammy. And no, it's not going to play. But Tammy said in the Owens voice, which is funny, "Hi, Megan, Mo, Nick, and Jennifer. I may be late, but at least I'm not pregnant. Thanks for the entertainment." I got to figure out why this is not working today. I don't understand what I did wrong.
I need a t-shirt that says that. It'd be hilarious for me.
I think we have.
Nick doesn't ride ATV. The ATV rides Nick. Nick doesn't ride ATV. The ATV rides Nick. Nick doesn't ride ATV. The ATV rides Nick.
Hi, Megan, Mo, Nick, and Jennifer. I may be late, but at least I am not pregnant. Thanks for the entertainment.
I don't know why they were just all sitting there backed up like that, and Vice Babies said it 5 times. But that was actually quite funny. We fixed super tips at the end of the show. Woo! All right, everybody, take care. See ya.
Thank God I didn't need to do the 2-finger salute because I can't raise my left arm.
That's true. You wouldn't be able to do this. Yes, that's true.
How would this function?
Imagine the other.
How are you? So what are you doing? Does anybody have any streams coming up that the audience needs to know about? And audience, by the way, please go and subscribe both to Nick Starro and Mo in the Deep End for more entertainment. What do you got coming up, Nick? Well, besides this trial.
I didn't plan to, but now I'm going to piss them off by because they have the body cam of the event of when these 3 cops showed up at Melissa Perez's place and did things, including but not limited to tasing her dog.
Oh my God. Tasing. Did the dog survive?
Are they ATF members?
I do believe so. This is the brief. June 23rd, 2023, Perez, 46, experienced a mental health crisis inside her southwest side apartment, where SAPD body camera footage showed she was fatally shot by ex-SAPD officers Elizar Alejandro. For fuck's sake.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Mr. Jingles!
Mr. Jingles' boobs with claws out.
Oh no, in the injured arm. Oh no.
To add murder mittens to injury.
No.
That was not pleasant.
Oh my God.
Breaths.
I can't believe that just happened. Tammy says
Yeah, but yeah, Jesus.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I'm going to. I don't now. KSAT pissed me off. So, but they don't own the rights to the body cam. That's public record. So that is what I'm going to stream in a couple of hours after I have a fistful of painkillers after Mr. Jingles gently booped me on the shoulder.
Gently booped with claws out.
What's my channel? Put this
I'm asking
in the
the
channel
mods to-
search, and you should be able to find me.
Yeah, if you search Nick Starro, you should find it. But I'm gonna have the mods drop it in the chat if they can. We will. And what about you, Mo? What's coming up for you?
Let's see. Weekly wrap up with Shizzy in the morning tomorrow, and then on Saturday, I'm dusting out the Donna wig. I'm practicing my Bronx accent and, well, general hideodorous behavior to get into character. And I will be roasting the hell out of Donna Adelson as Donna Adelson herself during the, sentencing.
Excellent. That should be fun. What time is that?
That's at noon on Saturday, Central Time.
On Saturday. I will be having Frontier putting new internet in my house at that time, so I will be I will hopefully be listening if it doesn't get cut out while that happens. But I'll have data, so I'll be listening to that for sure.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah, this is so great. By the next time you see me, I will have excellent fiber optic internet connection. I'm very excited about it, actually. My upload and download speeds right now are around 500 something. Apparently, they're going to go to 2,000 something.
Ooh.
That's a big difference. I am very excited. So, all right, everybody, take care. The next time you guys see me, I will be in San Francisco reporting in front of the courtroom. I have just heard from the judge that even a still camera is being denied. They're not letting me have a photographer. And but they are going to allow me to have my laptop for taking notes. So I guess it's a happy medium because I will be able to type, and I type very quickly. And I was very concerned they weren't going to let me bring in a laptop. But I just got the order from the judge today. Laptop is allowed. So I think that's a win. I
got a reply from KSAT who said,
what they say?
They just copied their original answer. You do not have permission to use any of KSAT's video feed of this trial or any video that is copyright of KSAT 12 News. So they either this person can't read, or they didn't contact their legal department, or I don't give a fuck. I try to be
you shouldn't.
For a courtesy request. They know it's public record. They know they can't copyright public record, and they still try. So
do what you got to do, Nick.
Yep.
Yeah. Because now, here's the thing. Now I have informed them that this is public record and is non-copyrightable.
Yeah.
If they
we should do a fundraiser.
Me,
we should do a spinning the wheel stream. We should do a Wheel of Regret stream, Nick, with us just playing nothing but clips from this news YouTube.
Nick,
as long as it is public record. Yeah.
Gross. Is that pumpkin spice ramen? Oh God!
My word.
You must be some kind of sicko.
And they have a turkey dinner. No, I get these because I can't drink like Nick. So when I do my Wheel of Regrets, I don't have to
eat gross things.
And I mean, if this isn't the sign of the end times, I don't know what is.
Why must they put pumpkin spice in everything?
Everything. Ugh.
Wim says, go say hi to them, Nick. Vice Baby is not impressed by your ramen choices.
I don't think even Satan's impressed by this evil that's been unleashed on the world.
Oh, God. All right. I got to get out of here. I got things to do, places to go. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of.
It's the only word that accurately describes the man, and we can demonstrate just that. Everybody thinks he's an asshole. Son of a bitch. Well, that's good, too.
Shut up! What the hell? Court's adjourned. In my chambers. Now.